Welcome to BFM Uncensored, and today we have Tony Pua with us. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we're going to go right into it, okay?
Sure.
So, Syabas won in a case of defamation against you, and you say you want to secure water rights for the people of Selangor. Why go after Syabas in the case of water rights?
I think it's a very simple issue of a legacy problem of privatization of utilities to private companies, where the profitable elements were privatized and the loss-making elements were socialized. That means kept within the government. And we want to change that round. We want to take back the concession so that the people gets to enjoy water at affordable rates. And if you notice, there are two states which have privatized their water concessions, Johor and Selangor, and they both have the highest water rates in the entire country. Why is that?
But why go after the private corporations? Why not go after the people who gave them those concessions?
No, we are not going after the private corporations. We are going after the deal where we have to take back the concession. And we, in this specific case where I was deemed to have defamed Syabas, I was specifically asking them to return the concession to the state government, and I think there's nothing wrong with that.
But don't you think it's against, business sense for them to give up something for the greater good?
Which is why we asked the federal government to cooperate with us to press on the concessionaires and use the terms within the concession agreement to allow the state government to take back the concession.
Right.
So it's all parties are involved. And it's not that we want to nationalize without paying a single cent to Syabas. We actually want to take over and pay them a fair compensation for their assets.
Why would it be in their own best interest to give it up?
It's not.
It's not.
It's absolutely
You're
not
just
in their best
appealing to
interest.
their good nature.
Yeah.
All right. So defamation. You've been charged. What do you have to say about
No,
it?
I've been found guilty.
You've been found guilty. Yes, you've been found guilty. And
right.
you have written a long blog post saying you aren't. Do you have anything more to add to what you have said in the blog post?
No, I have not. I'll of course appeal the decision. I do not think that the decision was fair, but I think that's part of the court process where I get to appeal. And what the judge has essentially said was that the statement that I made, which said that if the concession can't pay its debts, then it should return the concessions to the state government, as well as if the concessionaire can't repair pipes, then it should exit the business. The judge has found these statements to be defamatory, and that doesn't stop me from talking about other issues relating to Syabas and the agreement, and we'll continue to speak up on Syabas and other issues to make sure that the people of Selangor gets a fair deal.
All right. Now let's go to the next issue. You are quite vocal about corruption in BN, right? Can you say for sure that Pakatan is 100% clean?
I'll tell you no.
You tell you no.
I'll tell you no.
All right.
But there are certain things that we would like to see in place. Human nature, there's always the element of greed. I think you can't help that.
Okay.
What we want to do is to actually create institutions where the element of greed cannot take over, or power cannot be abused to satisfy the element of greed. So one of the things that we did in Selangor State Government, which was not well publicized but something I thought was critical, was the fact that the aduns, the state representatives, no longer automatically sit as a councillor in the local councils. This is to prevent conflict of interest situations where the state assemblymen are making decisions based on their interest instead of the interest of the local council. So councillors and the aduns are separate. And you will find that in Penang and in Selangor, what we have done is essentially the state reps and their family members are not allowed to apply for land in the state. And this was rampant in the past. So by creating institutions, you reduce the incidences of corruption. And I would like to think that the fact that none of the MACC's attempt to charge Pakatan Rakyat reps for corruption have even proceeded to court cases is a testament that we have been much cleaner than before.
So do you have disciplinary action within your party for party members who have been found of corruption?
I think we don't. If they're found for corruption, they're sacked. Full stop.
Okay, full stop.
So I think we go a bit beyond that. We go even to the state of ethics. Now, if you're issuing a letter of support for your favourite contractor to get a job in local council, that's a no-go.
Okay.
It's perfectly legal. There's nothing in law that says that you cannot give a letter of support to your favourite contractor to get a job in local council. But in our views, we have to be above the fray. We have to be more transparent than what the people, because what is seen, what's the phrase?
Justice must be seen.
Just that. Well, yeah, sort of
Something like that.
Yeah, it must be
Google
seen
it
and not
later.
just.
Must be
the
seen
act.
and not.
So, for that case, we have actually sacked members who have given letters of support for contractors from the party.
Okay, this apparently is a popular question. If Pakatan wins, do you have any aspirations to become the finance minister, and what would you bring to the job?
Okay.
This is a BFM popular question.
It's really a BFM popular question.
Our office wants to find out.
Oh, damn. If you ask me personally, I would really, what do you call it? I would really not like to be a minister, whatever the minister role is, because that takes away my time, that takes away my freedom, that means I actually have to work.
So you're not working right now?
Well, I'm working, but working at my pace and working on things that I like to do. But as a minister, I think you have to do much more than that. You actually have much more responsibilities. Whether I would be a finance minister or transport minister or education minister, I really
You're
have
not interested in any position.
I think I will have to be if we win.
How
for
big
me
is this if?
for me to say that I do not want it would I think disappoint Malaysians a lot if they want me to win and they want us to rule well. But I think personally I'll rather not be one. But if I have to be, then I'll do my very best in whatever role that I'm given.
Okay. Last question. Differences between DAP and PAS are vast. This is something you can't deny. How are you reconciling them?
Actually, I'll completely deny that.
I
will completely deny that. Because
so you want an Islamic state as well?
No, I don't. But you're saying that the comparison is very simple. MC is Chinese, UMNO is Malays. The differences are vast.
No,
Malays are not Chinese, Chinese are not Malays.
From a racial perspective.
So what? No, you're talking about religious perspective. So I'm talking about racial perspective being similar. They are similarly vast. But that doesn't stop parties from collaborating on tens and scores of other issues, which we have common sense. Corruption, education, economy, abuse of power, good governance, human rights. These are issues that we have common understanding.
But in the case of human rights, don't PAS have a different tangent or a different
And that's where we have to
slant?
agree. And that's why we agreed to have a consensus, to have a common policy platform where we can work together, and these are the goals that we will implement if we are in power. Anything else is subject to discussion. We can't say you can't believe in what you believe, and they can't say we can't believe in what we believe. But anything that is not common will be out of the common policy platform.
All right. Thank you very much for coming, Mr.
Thank you.
Tony Paul. And that was Tony Paul with BFM Uncensored.